Gamers, it's time. I'm going to single-handedly fix 40k. You know, we've all moaned and said 40k is bad, but no one sat there and said they're going to fix it. Because clearly, Games Workshop and their playtesters can't do it by themselves, you know? They've been running Ravage for so long. They brought out Drakari. They brought out Admech. Now we have Adeptus Custodes. We have Tau, and we have Harlequins being dickheads, okay? It has gone on for too long, and I'm fed up with it, and so is everyone else. That's why no one's watching 40k content. That's why no one gives a crap anymore about who wins what. It's just like, oh, Custodes again. Oh, Tau again. Oh, Harlequins now. Who cares? Who cares? We're going to build the greatest and best community balance update ever, because I have had it up to here. I'm fed up. I'm so fed up of 40k, and I hate that. Look, these are the problem armies. This is Meta Monday on Warhammer Competitive by JCM. Absolute legend. Adeptus Custodes, 63% win rate. Bullshit. Okay? Harlequins, 63% win rate. Bullshit. Tau, 63% win rate. Bullshit. Look, no one else is really hitting 50. No one else is really... Oh, well, okay, we got Drakari at 52. All right, they've been nerfed like 4 times and they're still 52% win rate. Okay. Tyranids, 55, because Crusher Stampede. Who knows what they're going to be doing next week when they get their codex that everyone's already seen because your playtest has leaked it. We're going to fix Warhammer all together now. Say it with me now. We're going to fix Warhammer. We're going to bring up the armies that are struggling. And now a lot of people say that. A lot of people have come out there and said, we're going to fix 40k. And they haven't. But I fixed 40k pairings, remember? Remember when everyone was using battle points as a pairing system and now everyone uses win path? Thanks to me, okay? I did that. With the help of someone else, I had to, like, punish them. But I did that, so it couldn't happen again, okay? I did that. So that's why you should listen to me. So we're going to, like, go through and find the armies that are the problem. We're going to find the armies that are underperforming, and we're going to comp them. And by comp them, I mean we're going to, like, either say that don't do something anymore or something's not as good. Or other ways, we're going to say something actually works better than when it was, okay? We're going to make them better, and we're going to make a comp. So it's like these armies, when you play at this tournament, if they're using this comp, then these things happen. Okay, so problem armies, we have overperforming armies. And then we'll have underperforming armies. So Harlequins. Harlequins are overperforming. They're brand new, okay? Harlequins are brand new and they're already overperforming. Also, let's get the problem ones out there. Adeptus Custodes. And we've got Tau Empire. Even though they lost at last Summer Warhammer, I'm convinced it's just to keep that win rate down, you know? Who else is overperforming? Now, Drakari at 52, that's a good place to be. 50% between 48 and 52% is really, really good, okay? Really, really good. I think a range of like 45 to 55 is perfect. 68% for Hollywood. There's a real win rate. It's 68%, okay? Including mirror matches. 30% we got Astra Militarum. I'm going to stop clicking that tab. Astra Militarum. Okay. Who else? Who else is at 30%? Black Templars at 41%. Damn, they're new as well. They're relatively new. Craftworld at 46. That's fine. Death Guard at 42. Kind of underperforming. Death Watch, 35%. So a lot of Space Marine factions really struggling. So probably just Space Marines in general. 20% Imperial First. God damn it. That's just Valrak tanking the win rate, honestly. So, we got overperforming, we got underperforming. Let's get some titles. We need to think why they're too good and what we do to fix them, okay? I think they're too good because Void Weavers are too damn efficient. And you can take 9. And they're only 90 points. 90 points. They also have Strength 12, -4, 2d3 damage with 2 shots, or they can do a burst fire if they want to. I think that's what we're trying to say. The pivotal rolls, these are like the upgrades on the characters, basically are way too good. You've got stuff like 6s to hit are 3 additional hits on the Death Jester, which is like ridiculously good because you've also got like Warlord traits where you can count a single hit roll as an unmodified 6. With his 3-shot gun, you can get like 8 shots or something daft, 7 shots. Just before you even roll, and it's after you roll the dice as well. So with the Death Jester specifically, you roll to hit. After you've rolled to hit, if you're giving the Waller trait as well, you can count a hit roll as a 6. So you could roll like 3 6s and get like 12 shots. How? How do we fix them? How do we make them better? So here are my suggestions. I think Void Weavers. Now, we could just say put the points up. Or we could say unit size 1 to 2. How about that? We cut a third of the Void Weavers out. Okay. We don't completely getting rid of. We don't completely get rid of Void Weavers. They are still a thing. Okay. But what it does is if you ally Void Weavers into a Dracaria and Eldar army, you can only take 4 because of the patrol. Okay. We could say max 3 per army, but then that's just 1 unit. They are relatively easy to kill. You know? Now, we're taking off a third of those Void Weavers, but keeping the Harlequins... We don't want to nerf the Harlequins too far, you know? We want to make them playable, but not horrible. We could just add points as well. I always complain that Games Workshop's problem is what they keep doing is they are making stuff better and reducing the points at the same time. Whereas I don't think that's the right way to do it. I think you should... you should, like... either nerf something or increase the points. You shouldn't nerf and increase because you just double whammy and stuff. So Void Weavers, unit 1 to 2. I also think traveling players. Now, this suggestion isn't mine. It came from my comment section, so thank you to McWhirp. John, an absolute legend. Limited to 25% of the army, which means you can't spam everything and like take a massive patrol of Harlequins by taking all the best stuff and then taking a little bit of Dracari and counting as Dracari. If you limit traveling players to 25%, then you get to take some Harlequin stuff. You can't spam. You can't spam Harlequins in another faction. But also it's exactly the same as the way Brood Brothers works. Okay. So Brood Brothers is the Genius of the Cults taking guard faction, 25%. Adeptus Custodes. Why are Custodes too good? Here we go. Are you ready for this? Why? Trajan should not have dropped any point. Because what happened here is that Trajan got better and dropped points. And I don't know why Games Workshop are obsessed with doing this. They're obsessed with giving rules, making stuff, giving them steroids, right? Giving a unit everything. And then dropping the points as well. What the actual fuck? Okay, Trajan should not have dropped any points. That's what I'm saying. Okay? Salvo launchers are too efficient. Stratagems are too efficient. Emperor's Chosen is too efficient. I'm writing the same thing. I'm copy and paste it. Trajan is 160. He's so good. He's so good. Trajan. Up to 190. The Salvo launches will make plus 10 points. Now the real question is that there was that silly leak, but I'm going to throw it out there. Limit Virtus Praetors to 2 squads. We're doing it. That's what we're doing. Custodes done. Tau Empire. I have no idea. Tau Empire. How the hell? Why are they good? Tell me about Tau, everyone. I hate Tau. I have no idea about them because I hate playing against them. Crisis suits. Crisis suits can take weapons. They don't even get in the box. What about the Death Guard players? How do we fix them? So, out of line of sight shooting, can't reroll, and -1 to hit unless they have a spotter. Unit shooting can see a unit that can see a target. Does that sound right? So if you can draw a line, this is going to get very complex. We're adding a whole new mechanic to the game. I like the idea, but it is not a comp. Or do we just say that outline sight shooting doesn't benefit from rerolls? Ah, God's sake. Ah, fucking hell. I don't know how to do this. Plus 5 points per weapon. When they're spamming 3, they're 15 points more. No, ignore cover. I need a yes, no. Is it? I don't know. I don't know how to fix that line of sight shooting without rewriting a whole new game. Oh, I don't want to have to rewrite a whole new game. So this is it. This is what I suggest. This is what we've come up with today. We've found out that we have Harlequins, Custodes, and Tau are way too good. Master Militarum, Thousand Suns, Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Imperial and Chaos Knights are way too bad. How do we fix these armies? Why are Harlequins so good? Void Weavers are too damn efficient. You can take 9 for 90 points a model. Troops basically have 0 weaknesses. They're just good at everything. Pivotal role abilities are way too cheap for what you get because they have so efficient characters to put them on. Look at the Laughing God is way too good. Webway Gate is ridiculous. Traveling Players is too good. How are we going to fix them? We're going to make Void Weavers unit size 1 to 2 rather than 1 to 3. And they're going to be 10 points more expensive. They're going to be 100 points per model. This both limits how many you can take in a Harlequin army. It also limits how many you can take in a Drakari or Craftworld army. Along with Traveling Players being 25% of the army. No more, no less. I mean, you can take less, I guess. But no more especially. Just like Brood Brothers, just like G's to the Cults. You can only take 500 points of Harleys in a 2K list. Okay? Which means you could be spending 400 points on Void Weavers, and then you can't fit a character in, you can't take a patrol. You can't take 4 Void Weavers with them anymore. Pivotal roles need to go up. We need to go through each ability and adjust it. We need to adjust them ever so slightly, but around 20% is probably about right. Favor of Kaguraki is going to be after the dice roll, not before, because that's stupid. Look at the Laughing God. We're going to limit it to 1 type of roll per phase. No spamming reroll saves. No, none of that. Webway Gate, make it 100 points. Star Weavers, make them 95 points. Because they're just better than Venoms and they're currently cheaper. And also we're going to give troops core because with one hand we giveth and one hand we taketh. Trajan is too good. Let's talk about Adeptus and Custodes. Trajan is too good. He shouldn't have dropped any points. Salvo launches are too good. Stratagems are too good. Emperor Trojan is too good. Forge Dreadnoughts are too good. So we're going to bump Trajan to 190 points. We're going to bump Salvo launches by 10 points, okay? We're going to limit the Virtus Praetors to just 2 squads because these units are too good. You don't need more, okay? Along with that, because we're going to be limiting the amount of bikes you can take in separate units, you're not going to be able to spam units of 3 anymore. People are going to be tempted to take larger units. So we're also going to limit Auspice, the Emperor's Auspice, and Alchemy, Genetic Alchemy, Overdrive, or whatever you want to call it. Both of these stratagems turn off rerolls, they make transhuman. We're going to nerf them both, okay? We're going to make them cost an extra command point, but also at the same time, Emperor's Auspice is going to be for 3 or fewer models, not 4. There's no reason it should be 4. The other one's 3. They're both 3 now, okay? Emperor's Chosen is going to be limited to 5+3 ignore mortal wounds, not 4, because they all ignore it on a 6+ anyway. Emperor's Chosen to ignore it on a 4+ is just too stupid. Just make it a 5+. That's +1 rather than +2. Okay, we're going to give Forge World Dreadnoughts, controversially, a command point cost. So when you want to take a Forge World Dreadnought, it's going to cost you 1 CP. Just like Space Marine Dreadnoughts, okay? They're going to get the relic keyword like they used to have, for example. But with that, we're going to give them Martial Qatar. We're going to let them benefit from the actual Custodes detachment. So they're going to get Shield House benefits and Martial Qatars instead. So basically, Custodes are just too efficient. They get quite a lot on the board, but their command points, they generate a lot back with Trajan. They gain 1 every turn, and then their stratagems are too efficient. So we're just going to limit how many command points they have so they can't stay as robust for as long. Now, it'll force Custodes to be a bit more aggressive, and it'll force them to come out earlier, because then their opponent can't deal with them early on in the game, and then they can get, maybe, if they fail, they can start dying after that, you know? Rather than just being able to be super efficient, super defensive throughout the game. Tau. Now, this is the hardest one. SMS is too efficient, as are air fragmentation projectors. Crisis suits can take weapons they don't even get in the box, whereas pretty much every other faction is saying that you can only take 1 of something in a unit because it only comes with 1. It's stupid. Don't know why they can do that. Broadsides have core, controversially. Well, they're dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts have core. We don't really know. Turn 1 deep strike, but they have a drop pod. It's like a drop pod equivalent, right? 2 CP to move 3 Devilfish. Maybe that's too good. Commanders, Crisis Suits, Crew, and Storm Surges are all relatively cheap for what they do. Farsight can take Ethereals. Why? When it's against the law. The whole point of the game is to like reflect the law. And then maybe we need spotters, but I don't know how to fix that. But for now, we're going to make our line of sight shooting plus 5 points for every weapon. So whatever the weapon costs, give it an extra 5 points on top. A 15-point tax, because everyone's spamming 3 of everything anyway. But also, Crisis Suits can't take air frag burst, fragmentation, projector thingies anyway now. So that's less out of line of sight shooting. And maybe we'll remove ignore cover. We don't know yet. We don't know. That's up to you to decide. We're going to limit Crisis Suits to only weapons in the box, as we already mentioned, which is far more than other factions. So they can still spam the weapons they can take, but they can't take weapons that don't come in that box. We're going to get rid of the infantry keyword on broadsides because they're not infantry. They're massive. They're basically dreadnoughts, right? So they aren't infantry anymore. We're going to stop Farsight taking Ethereals, and we're going to give Crisis Suits, Commanders, Crisis Suits, Recruits, and a plus 20% increase. So we'll write those out exactly what point cost and exactly what they're going to do. And finally, give Chaos Space Marines and Astra Militarum an additional 10% in points. I.e., Chaos Space Marines and Astra Militarum will actually bring 2,200 points to the table if they are playing pure faction. That'll be their faction benefit until they get a codex. Now, all of this is subject to change. All of this is if Games Workshop don't do anything now. But this is my proposed community comp guideline that has been made with the Hellstorm chat. That was filmed in front of a live studio audience. And it's been really fun. I think these are going to be some really substantial changes. Are going to make the armies that are at the top come down and the armies at the bottom come up. Because the more the armies at the top come down, the rest of the middle factions that are struggling will be able to do better because the armies they're struggling into have been nerfed. But also the armies that are just struggling against everybody get a little buff. And we squeeze everybody together just a little bit more. And this is what I propose as a community comp to make 40k feel better. Now, if you've got a suggestion, you can leave a comment now. You can talk in the live chat if you're watching live, or you can leave a comment down below. And maybe I'll put this out. I'm going to have to put this out to the community. I'm going to have to put it on Reddit and get hate and flame there. I'm going to have to put it on Facebook and get hate and flame there. And we're just going to have to see exactly what people think is the best thing to do, whether they agree with these points, whether they disagree, and try and get a community competitive comp together to make 40k great again. We need to make 40k like more welcoming, and then right now we're just gonna have to pile rules on rules because Games Workshop aren't doing it. Okay. Games Workshop just aren't doing it, so we need to. So that's it. That's my proposition. That is everything. That is the community comp for today, and thank you.